Hi, guys. I don't even know if anyone's here. But hello, if you're here. Um, oh, guys, I'm going to try and grow up a little bit. Hello, big plants, little city. I'm going to wait a minute, see if anyone wants to speak. Hi, Tinsel. Hello, Augusta. How's everyone doing? I've got my coffee, my milky coffee. Maybe can't see. And I've got my water, guys, that I might turn into wine later. We'll see. That's probably really dangerous, so maybe not. How's everyone doing? I'm just going to wait a minute before we speak about anything. Did you see my video, guys? I've got to stop watching Ashley because every morning I wake up and I keep seeing videos of Ashley, so I need to stop. Illuminaine. Oh, it's difficult, isn't it? If they spoke about everything, I wouldn't mind. Can you hear me all right, guys, by the way, or do I need my headphones? I can't help it. It is what it is. Oh, the pen clicking. I'm really bad at that, guys. I don't mean to annoy people. Oh, that's good you can hear me. Kitty cat kisses. Hello. I don't know, boys. I put a bit of makeup on. I had 8 hours sleep. I was like, what happened? Where did all the goodness go? It's maybe not the best thing in the world, sleep. Hello, JFFD and Annie Peterson. Hello. How are you doing? I've been so crap with YouTube this week, guys. I'm crap with YouTube all the time, but this week, definitely. I've had like, I had another work coach interview and just talking about this and getting an actual job. Ooh, Rolo. Oh, I need to go and watch Rolo. There's so many things I need to watch, but I do love Rolo. I need to watch that. He doesn't get anywhere the views I need to be like clicking this because no one knows what I'm talking about. Annie! I'm good, Danny. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. Rolo's so funny. If you want to know exactly how it is, go and see Rolo. I love it. Megan, hello. Oh, really? I don't know why people get like that. Louise. I love all of her videos. I didn't really notice the phone lighting up, but I'm not the best at seeing stuff, if you know what I mean. Give me something to listen to. I'm good with that. Seeing is not my forte. Should they though? Should they be deleted? Or should the world get to see how people really feel? Simply Solo, hello. And Scott, Metalhead, hello. Welcome. So, what do you want to talk about, guys? Because I was going to talk about this all this Ray stuff, and then my favorite person in the whole world has a slightly different view on it. But I don't think he'll ever talk to me. Oh. I don't know. Because, oh, hold on. Yes, I'm in the UK. I really am in the UK. Some people might tell you I'm not really in the UK, but I am. What do you think, Tinsel? Tell me, talk to me, come and join me. Talk to me about it. What do you think? What people think about this. I want to know what you think about this. Oh, really? What's like? Is this what's happened? Tell me. Can he ignore it though? If his testimony is important, they're going to have to let him, aren't they? Oh my God, it's all kicking off. Interesting. That's interesting. Mind you, I've been completely surprised that nobody's mentioned Warren Koberger. Somebody must have known him. It certainly seems. Oh, where did you put? Where did it go? Hold on. Sorry. It does seem. Oh, guys, I try and stay neutral, and I can see both sides, and I have a bit of fun with the news, and I have a bit of fun with them, but I do see obviously the whole seriousness of this. Oh God, what is keeps happening? I can't get past the roommates, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I can't. Well, I did see that if it was needed, but surely if his testimony was this, breaking the case, it wouldn't be a case if the judge thinks he needs to be there. Surely the judge would need him there. So I don't understand that little bit either. Your comments are disappearing. I need to do that. Oh, hold on. Do you need me to read them, guys? I'll read the comments out. Okay, so CW, yes, the state is definitely in a mess now. What is Scott saying? Oh, you guys are talking. Yes, I agree with Beth. It helps better if you read the comments. All right, guys. Jesus. Dylan helped Bethany placate down the stairs. Unless the Rolo's unless the Rolo's comments, best not read them out loud. I would. I don't care. I thought the new doc said Bethany was at a hotel. I think that was... Were they not put in a hotel after? Were they not taken to a hotel after the crime? Oh, Annie. Sai is not prohibited from testifying at trial. It is common hearing. Yeah, it's nothing to do with the trial. Yes, the hotel was after. I thought so. Okay, guys. Yeah. It's funny how, like, we all read the same documents and we all read something different. It's interesting. That's exactly what I think. I don't think Bethany was meant to be there that night. Where was Bethany meant to be? Is he only going to be available via Zoom, or can he be there in person? If anyone knows, I have no idea. Get a Clue is not Sai's fan, but Sai's affidavit in record is way too important to be ignored. Ashley J will have to justify many of the claims ignored by the prosecution. I don't think anyone needs to be anybody's fan. But I understand what you mean. But Get a Clue isn't... He's more on about the whole argument about the 7 days. Probably at her boyfriend's, maybe. Okay. If at hearing Sai is needed, he'll be on a call. I mean, how many AT&T warrants did she push out 2 days after the 12? Why would BK's name have been on the warrant? Thank you, Miss Podcast. Annie. I agree. It feels like Bethany is forced into seeing something, so she stays quiet. She's likely fearing for her life. But, guys, you know, we need to remember that Bethany had exculpatory evidence. So it doesn't really matter what the situation is. If she's not saying anything and she has evidence, it's we can't keep saying these, poor little angels. Exactly, Annie. So much has changed. Annie said, but then again, the hammer dropped yesterday, so it's possible the judge might want Cy there in person. A lot has changed since the judge's order. I find it so interesting, guys, the way it spins and turns. Don't need to be anyone's fan coming from a chairman of Get a Clue fan club. Get a Clue don't have fans, don't you know? I still think Demetrius and Emma were involved in, along with Andrew Purcell. It seems likely that someone, feds or local, were keeping eyes on him. Is it likely he had stumbled across something he wasn't meant to? Someone didn't want him to. It's totally possible. I mean, he's a clever lad, isn't he? Even Jennifer Coffindeffer was gushing all over Brian Koberger. Bethany had exculpatory evidence because is the one who starts the phone calls to Dylan, not the other way around. So she must have seen or heard something. There's no doubt they heard stuff. And sometimes, guys, I laugh when the words just don't seem right. So I do apologise for my laughing. Zero morals for not speaking up. Yeah. No little and no angels anywhere in the case. Pure evil. Christy. Who is Andrew? Guys, I don't know whether I've told you this in a video or not, but remember my old phone? I broke the camera on it and I couldn't use it anymore. I used to use that phone for storage and I had so much information on that phone that I no longer have anymore. I have the phone, but I can't get into it and there's no screen. So I've lost so much stuff. But I had pictures of that Andrew guy on that phone. And I don't know, I can't remember exactly what the context of that was, but I know I had pictures of that guy and I don't know why. It was a long time ago. Oh, yeah. He's Demetrius Runner, and he spent time inside for dealing heroin. Yeah, well, I knew he'd been inside, but I didn't know it was linked to Demetrius. That's interesting. I just wonder, cloud-based forensics, that may be a place to find something that someone may. Oh shit, I'm sorry, meant to be reading out loud. I just wonder, cloud-based forensics, that may be a place to find something that someone may not want seen, but I'm just spitballing. Yeah. I've had theories about, because these local police departments that, I'm not judging, right? But they're kind of under the spotlight, so we can't help it, right? So they're a little bit lacking in procedures and things like that. And I think that's obvious. No one can deny that. You don't have to sit any side of the fence to know that there's some lacking happening. And the forensics that went into the house, just sneezing into their outside jackets, no changing of clothes, or, those issues, and if Brian was working in Pullman Police or any local law enforcement near him, maybe he did find stuff. Maybe he reported stuff and he reported it to the wrong person. Who knows? Who knows? But to say that Brian Koberger was just pulled out of the air is ridiculous as well. I don't agree with that. There was obviously a reason for Brian Koberger. Sorry guys, I'm reading. I've not disappeared. This is annoying. Pullman PD still won't disclose whether or not Brian got the cloud forensics job. I know. Yeah, why don't they want to disclose that? I mean, they can't look any worse than they already do. Sorry, guys. Is the best. Exactly, Annie. What have we seen so far? I mean, it was that bad. Do you remember when all the glove business first came around and everyone was like, oh, maybe it was like the police dropped a glove or, and it was possible, right? It's possible they did and they didn't clean up. Totally believable. According to FFS Viviana, it was just an internship position for grade points or some such. And no, he didn't, if that's what you're referring to. My interpretation of that was he actually had to do an internship. It wasn't a case that, he didn't need to do it. He did need to do that. It was a part of the course. If you don't complete the course, you don't pass the course. The email header always pointed in the direction that he was granted the internship. Yeah. If you want is just my opinion on it, obviously, because I don't know. I would say he was. I mean, why wasn't he? And all these people want to believe that he's some sort of, I don't know what the hell they want you to believe he is, but yeah, the emails pointed in a positive direction, right? Gee whiz. Not disclosing anything, hiding everything. Yeah, there's so much stuff we haven't seen, guys. I was thinking about it earlier. There is so much stuff. Absolutely. It's personal information under seal, in my opinion. Since hiring police on personality profile. Sorry, guys, I keep mumbling. Since hiring police on personality profile and not merit, there has been an obvious decline in their intelligence. Just my opinion, no data to back that up for any fact checkers. And, lack of funding, no incentives, all that stuff adds up, right? And I don't mean, I'm not trying to be offensive to anybody, but, when you do some of the worst things that as a trusted police officer you could do, and your punishment is bad, you're so bad, you need to retire on a full pension, and then you get to go and lead another department in a different police station. There's no incentives in any which way, positive or negative. There's no negative. They just get to move on quietly. The patio bins were still full when the house was demolished. And I mean, they'd literally moved the sofa from one end of the garden to the other end. It was still sitting there when the house was demolished. Everything was still sitting there. Yes, Annie. A lot of programs require internships for completion. And I did read up a little bit right at the start of all this. And I'm pretty sure that Brian Koberger had to be enrolled in something to do with law enforcement as part of his program. I'm pretty sure I read that. Now, I might be wrong, guys, which I don't want to quote anything, but they'll come after me. According to FFS, I don't want to say that. I want to swear, but I'm trying to be good. According to FFS, there were 2 internships available and they both went to women. Oh, so that's why Brian had a problem with women. Isn't it? These damn women. Perhaps they created another position. Well, exactly, because Brian Koberger wouldn't have been offered a position without a position that is needed for that to come open, right? They wouldn't have moved him across the country, as far away as you could get from his home, pretty much, and, you know, changed his whole life studying, and then go, oh no, sorry, that position's not available anymore. Off you go home. I can't see it. But how would he do an internship when he can't do up the shirt buttons? I know. And Nancy Grace, as in cleaning all those little knickknacks, didn't she? Or he is an agent, allegedly. Dun dun dun. Who knows, guys? Koberger. WSU Crime Lab was developing software to help law enforcement police better by watching Axiom body cam. He saw something he shouldn't have in my theory. My theory, okay. But was he watching that? Do you know? Or are you just guessing, like completely guessing? Or is it something you've heard? So it's just what you're thinking about, like it's not anything that's been said. Or is it just me? I haven't heard. I'm so crap at keeping up with other people, guys. Life's so busy at the moment. Doing nothing. It's crazy. I think you're right. And they did create another internship for him. Gary Jenkins seemed to follow Brian to WSU. They must have, right? They must have created another internship because they wouldn't have moved someone all the way across the country and, got him an apartment and, he's teaching and all that. And then, no, you're not finishing because we don't have a place. Agreed on that. Move the deceptions to another area. Like what? There isn't a lack of funding. There's a lack of morale and honesty. But when things are going wrong, it's like it's a circle. And unless the circle breaks, it's just always going to be a circle, right? So it doesn't matter what the reason is, it's broken and it needs to be fixed, right? It doesn't matter if it's a lack of morale, money, benefits, whatever the problem is, it needs fixing. Otherwise, it continues and continues. I forgot about that. Well, I didn't forget about that. Oh, I've got a question. DoorDash initials MM, Matt or Maddie Moy? I think it's interesting that there was a party at Matt's that night, but Maddie and Tyler were in the corner club. So they weren't at the party, they were at the pub. And Matt was the one that spoke in the article after that I read through the other day, defending Dylan. And yeah, he wasn't seen that night, but he was spoken about that night. And the brother and sister were very much out in the public and seen openly on the grub truck video. And I think quite a lot of people were at the grub truck for alibis, guys. So I don't think it would have been Madison based on the fact that she was at the pub all night. I wouldn't have suggested it was Matt either, because apparently he was having a party that night. So how either of them two could have been the DoorDash is beyond me, actually. Honestly, Brian needs to tell what he knows. He does know something, in my opinion, maybe. I think if Brian had told anyone what he knows, we're not going to know any of that stuff. We're not going to know, certainly, yet. I've always believed he could be an agent of some kind. His background is certainly very odd. Only one part-time job as a security guard in a school in his entire life is weird for a 28-year-old. But he had other jobs, guys. He had a job packing meat. He worked and trained with his dad for a while, I think. He worked filleting fish. What other jobs did he have? The security guards. And then he done, I don't know how many years of study, guys. So to be 28, have a handful of jobs and a good few years of study, it's not that abnormal. Some people change their jobs all the time, right? Others not so much. He had 3 or 4 years to do the internship. Yeah, but there was probably some scheduled or structure in his learning. There was probably like time frames and stuff that you would need to get certain things done. I think that would be one thing that you would definitely have in place, just in case you were, what if you did 2, right? And then there was no internship. You would need to be doing that pretty much straight away, I think. Hello, Charisma Craft. Ellie stalking girls. Brian checking out Ellie, allegedly. Someone needed to. Oh, I keep forgetting I'm not just reading. Or did he get the Snapchat crap at 9 o'clock the next day, like everyone else there? Well, do you know what? This is the thing, there's been quite a few people now that have said that, like 5 a.m. in the morning, people get messages about this. Who else was messaging just before 5 a.m. in the morning, right? And when other people started waking up 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, they had messages. It's, yeah. Part of a surveillance team. What surveillance team? Surveilling what? I'm now drinking cold coffee, guys. And it's almost midnight. But I slept 8 hours. Woo! That's like not happened in a long, long time. And they were at the grub truck, or people that looked like them. Do you mean, oh, have I missed a comment here? Are you meaning Tinsel? Are you meaning Madison and Tyler? Yeah. You don't need a years-long internship for a PhD program. It was likely a 1 or 2 semester requirement. He would have been very busy as a full-time student. Yeah. Can you imagine, guys? I think it was 3 classes a week. 3 classes a week. Each class 150 kids. And I'm sorry if anyone's, over 18, under 22, you're a kid to me. I'm not trying to be rude. But can you imagine that? Teaching 450 kids through the week. On top of that, doing your own studies alongside any requirements, extra requirements, like the internship with law enforcement. And who else? What else? What else needed to be done? I mean, this guy had no time for anything. And he spent centuries planning this. I've got to hop off and cook. Just want to say I like your videos and how open-minded you are. Thank you so much. That's so nice. Thank you for saying that. And I'm glad you like the videos. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much. I'm going with Pavarotti, but on the other hand, I think the frats have a lot to do with it. They all know. Why would these kids be so afraid to talk? Because Ellie involved, in my opinion. If you're guys, I want to say this, and I don't mean to be rude. I say a lot of things that sometimes people take the wrong way, and it's not what I mean. But I on and off watch Pavarotti, but to be honest, guys, I've not watched anything in at least a few weeks. And so if his theory is still the same, you can't go with his theory and also think the frats are involved. Because his theory would be saying that the frats are also involved in the same gang, or because they wouldn't work together with frats, I don't think, guys. Do we? Do we think that? I don't know. I don't know much about the frats, so no, right? Isn't it possible that DoorDash driver was the one who dropped Dylan off? But who they're saying is the DoorDash driver. One of them was having a party that night, and one was out drinking in the pub. So that's kind of throwing a linchpin in that. There's a frat boy party that night, filmed TikTok. There's a frat boy party that night, filmed TikTok. What frat party was it? Okay, fair. Just was curious about your thoughts on the DoorDash. Some people think it didn't even happen. It just seems odd timing. Some people think it didn't even happen. But there was warrants and stuff for DoorDash, no? And it was police that put the name of the DoorDash driver out. I'm just saying, I don't know how it could have been Madison or Matt Moye. That's all I'm saying. Because one of them was having a party that night, and one of them was out at the pub that night. And her statement was that she was in the pub and saw Madison that night. And she was also filmed at the grub truck with her other brother, Tyler. So I don't see how it could have been any of those. I'm not saying DoorDash isn't real, or, I mean, the police done warrants, right? And they put the DoorDash initials as MM. It's just maybe not them two. I agree. I think Ellie forced roommates to be witnesses. Ah, I wish I was. I'm just old and I don't care anymore. But thank you. You're so sweet. Have a great night and do more lives. I'm just doing lives on Saturdays, and because I want to see what you guys all think, you have to put up with me all week. A police report about roommate issue at 8:30. Was that reason someone stayed in a hotel? Guys, I think the hotel was just for the actual night of the 13th. I don't think anyone stayed in hotels on the 12th. Apparently everyone was at the house, right? I don't know where that's coming from. Unless that's in documents and I've not read them. Hello, Swampside chick. How are you? Pav is full of it. There is no proof of connection to AB, and Pav's life would be at risk. Saying that if it was true. Saying people are CIs without proof is not cool either. And I have to agree, and I'm not putting him down in any way. You know, it's not what I do. I'm not trying to be mean to anybody. But yeah, I do think it's a little bit it's a little bit out there. Yeah, you can't be called out as confidential informants. And not everybody. Everybody. Oh, sorry guys. Shit. Or perhaps made them participate in some manner to guarantee their silence. Guys, these these students aren't babies, right? I already had a child. I had a child just before I was 21, my first child. But I'd also, done a lot of things. I'd been on my own for, 5 years at that point. So I didn't feel too young. They're not babies, It's not like, oh, they're 18, they just turned into adults. They'd been making choices by themselves for a few years, guys. Um, into stuff they were fully aware, right? We hold 14-year-olds accountable in courts of law, right? So to hold 20-year-olds accountable isn't a big deal. I don't like the way everyone talks about them like they're tiny little babies who know nothing. It really winds me up, actually. Let's be honest, the Ford Fusion cop car is very sus. The Banfield crap, very sus. Maddie's coat. Yeah, and I mean, was it even Maddie's coat? she was swinging it around like it wasn't her coat, and I know that sounds like a stupid thing to say, but yeah, it's like it wasn't a fit to her the way she was wearing it. So it'll be interesting to see whose actual coat that is, because I mean, Kaylee didn't have a coat on either. So I wonder if they just jumped in a taxi and didn't wear coats. Maybe they weren't planning on going to the grub truck, and she borrowed someone's coat, or maybe she took someone's coat without asking. Who knows? Hi. They all were right there at the same time. Yeah. Brian is Harvey Keitel. He certainly has shown his work with court documents and public records. It is sad that LA are recruiting college students to be informants. That is organised crime. Guys, when I say about Pavarotti, I'm not judging his work or anything like that. I've never done that. I just think it's right. Let's say everything he said is correct. Who is he actually helping by telling everyone that? It just seems like more of a medal than needing, and needing to be right than the actual good of the case, right? I found out loads of stuff in this case, guys, and I've been down so many rabbit holes, right? And I kept my mouth shut because, if you come out and say something and it might be something, but not connected to this case, who am I helping when we're talking about this case? Hey, sweet lady. Joanne. Hi, Joanne. My nose is so stuffy. He has shown cases, he has not shown direct connection. And that's my point. The amount of stuff I could have come on here, I could have done I don't know, 10 videos a day. All the crap stored on a phone I can't have access to anymore. I could have gone down a million rabbit holes, guys, because I did go down a million rabbit holes. I just didn't do it for the world to see, right? Less is more, right? Brian was stopped by police more times in 3 months than James Brown was stopped during his entire I know. It's it certainly helped the prosecution out for identifying Brian Koberger, didn't it? All these stops. I'm drinking fizzy water, guys. So if my body reacts, I apologise. Calling the parents' CIs puts their lives at risk. And that's what I don't like, right? Everybody has a past, right? You can't get past a certain age without having a past, right? When you turn adults, you know, everybody has baggage of some kind. Um, uh, doesn't mean they need to be caught on that baggage every 2 seconds. People move past things and, we don't need to keep dragging people back, keeping them in their lows, right? Have you watched all of his videos? He's shown connections through the people who were arrested. What do you mean? He's shown connections through the people who were arrested. But do you not think living in such a small town stroke city, lots of people are just gonna know each other? I find it more surprising that no one knows Brian Koberger, to be honest. Whoop whoop. Yes, Bunny Murphy. Welcome to your first live. It's only my third live, so you're not far behind me. Concerning the DoorDash, I find it interesting that Lindsay Lane dumpster cam footage from 4 a.m. to 4:05 is missing and was never handed back to Kane. It is weird that there's times missing, guys, right? At all these crucial timestamps. Do we think? What do we think? Oh my god. 25 likes, guys. I might like it myself. Support myself. Oh, I'm forgetting to click on stuff, guys. I'm getting tired. It should have shown the DD car going up Taylor. Yeah. Mm. Do you think that's why it's missing, though, Spaz? Do you think it's missing so we can't see the DoorDash? Or do you think it's missing because there is no DoorDash? And who do you think MM is? If it's not Matt because he wouldn't have been able to drive that night, and it's not Madison because she wouldn't have been able to drive that night, so it can't be any of them two. Who do you think it was? My dogs! Yay, you caught alive! Guys, so sorry. I think Eden is sus. Eden's, yeah, a little bit sus. I agree with you. There is some threatening going on by someone. I haven't watched all of his videos. There's a few channels I have. What you want, but it makes me sick that so many people believe his BS and repeat it like it's facts. Yeah. I had a little phase where I watched a lot of his videos. I do think it's a little bit strange, guys, that somebody can solve the case on every video and still have so much more to solve. Sorry, God. I'm just joking. God. I agree with you. Parents were protected, but not the kids, was the theory. Do we think that would be a good theory? That the parents would be protected, but not the kids? Does that make sense? I think Elon is very sus too. Approaching Kaylee with a wine bottle was a bit creepy. I don't know if creepy, guys. You know, a man taking on wine or flowers, or I don't think it's creepy. But Elon's slightly creepy. I don't think taking wine or whatever to a woman is creepy at all. It's the person, right? It's whether you want the person behind the gift, right? Follow the dollars. Oh, I've missed something before I do this. Meaning that he didn't take a copy for himself before Ellie touched it. Very silly if he didn't. Oh, I don't know what that is. Let me read it again. Meaning that he didn't take a copy. Rugs. They all are in on it. Yeah. It's yeah, I think there's a couple of things, guys. Oh, I think things going on. And I think whoever did this, right, thought that someone in that house, the four that were the targets, right? I think someone was someone thought they'd made statements, and they were possibly trying to find out who it was. And I think the conclusion ended up being Kaylee. That's what I think. Knowledge, oh, EG, and To that, I would answer absolute knowledge. At a minimum. For, you know. I read this and I thought that was strange, right? Does anyone know what court doc says BK's phone pinged 23 times at the house? People are saying it and I can't find definitive info. Does anyone know? Thank you. I'd like to read up on it all. I don't know what document it is, but I read it was it not 43 times? And Judge Hitler had said, or no, maybe. Oh, guys, I skimmed over so much stuff. But did it not have him pinging within like 100-meter radius of the house, like 40 odd times? Let me know if I'm getting this wrong, guys. I don't want to spread misinformation. But you know, that it makes no difference because there's no known connection between Brian Koberger and the victims of the house. And they're classing Dylan and Bethany as victims of the house. So Brian Koberger, it doesn't matter if Brian Koberger walked this house every day. If he had absolutely no connection in there, it's the same as hundreds of other people walking past. But I'm not sure what document it is, guys. If anyone knows. The DoorDash driver is not existent anymore, at least on paper. Well, that makes sense because the person, the names that people keep saying that it would be MM, it can't be the brother and sister. It can't be either of them two. Greetings, Thomas. It's such true blessings to be able to join you in a live presentation. God bless you, Miss Cara. And God bless you, Thomas. Thank you so much for all your support you've given me. And yeah, you're amazing. Thank you for being here. Initials are MM for the DD driver. Yeah, I know it's MM, but I don't know who that is. And the DoorDash doesn't make sense anyway, does it, guys? Really? Doesn't make any sense. Court docs have the name listed as MM. Another Pavlo saying it's EG. See, it's the misinformation that goes around confusing everybody. Kane got paid $1,000 for the Linda Lane footage, so I doubt he cares that it was incomplete. Did J Vector buy that? Maybe. EG is not the DoorDash driver. EG is the private driver. Yeah, it gets confusing, doesn't it? They all know what happens and why, but they're afraid to talk. Why? Because Ellie is the big player here. Do you not think it would have to go like way above like Moscow police? It would have to go a lot deeper. Oh my god, what have I done to my hair, guys? On Reddit, some accused Enon because KG turned him down. He is way smarter than he led us to believe. He's he comes across, I don't know if he's that smart, guys. Some of his interviews that he did, you can actually visibly see the moments he messed up on some parts. It's not just the words he says, it's like a visible reaction. So maybe if you were that smart, you wouldn't have gone and done interviews with anybody, right? Yes, it's on all the data that Syre is disputing. Dylan said she'd seen a firefighter. Guys, I can't stop fidgeting. Sorry. Oh my god. DD initials are MM in New Docs, not Maddie. No, people are saying Madison Moyer or her brother Matthew Moyer, or whatever it is. But both of those people were drinking that night, so I don't think it could have been them. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm right, just, process of elimination. Oh, Thomas gifted 5 memberships, guys. Thank you so much, Thomas. I'm just seeing that now. I swear I should wear my glasses. Thank you so much, Thomas. You're so wonderful. They dropped so many evidence in the last 2 weeks. Even camera of car is not existent anymore. I've heard some audio tell them we are the cops and they're laughing. I meant that Ellie would have gotten it first. I would think usually they take a copy. It would be unusual even for a cover-up for them to have enough insight to take that time out. I don't know though, because, the Gonsalves family got a lot of camera footage before the police, right? So who knows what we can believe with any of this, right? He, was once jailed for a very similar crime. He and 2 friends burglarized the home of a drug dealer and came up and stole his drugs. Oh, guys! Is that the same? Is that the same crime? In my next video, guys, I'm going to put a small clip of Lindsay Lane. And I just hope you can all hear it. I always hope people can hear it and it's not just me. I'll make it as clear as I can. And I think if I can get it clear that you lot can hear it, but it sounds like Emily trying to stop people from taking Zayla. So, whatever that means, right? I don't think they were there. You are not old and you are beautiful. Annie, I am old. I'm, 3 years away from 50 now, guys. Nearly the big 50. I don't know how I got here, but I'm here. I nearly made it. Foresight, not insight. I'm in this 100. Justice for these kids that never had a chance. And absolutely, they did not have a chance this night, right? Maybe before, maybe if things happened differently, they might have had a chance. Absolutely. Annie, you are too. You are a beautiful woman. She's my green-eyed friend. There's not many of us. I believe roommates were not there as well. If the roommates weren't there, and do we mean there as in the crime scene, or there as in the house, or you believe the roommates were not there? You mean the house? I believe some of the victims weren't there either. Enon is interesting, and I can see how he would have had quite a bit in common with Brian. Makes me sick just knowing they had no chance. They had absolutely no chance, guys. New docs out that Ashley lied with FBI. 3,800 phones around the house, not BK. There is secret emails and confirmed by AT&T. 3,800 phones around the house, or 3,800 phones in Moscow, the area of King Road. I'm literally asking the question because I don't have a clue. I remember reading something about this many phones, but I can't remember. So if anyone wants to tell me, 3,800 phones around the house, not Brian Koberger. Did anyone, and I'm being honest, guys, I want honest answers, right? Did anyone in this chat think that Brian Koberger's phone was going to ping or be positioned in the house? Did anyone think that? The fact remains, though, that it was clipped from the footage and is nowhere to be found. It's quite a coincidence that we don't get to see the DoorDash car, considering the delivery is important. And I agree, absolutely. It only brings up questions, right? From the Lindsay Lane footage, you're not really going to see the car, right? You're just going to see lights down the bottom of the roads, right? So maybe there is nothing, and that's why it's covered, right? Maybe? Jackie! Holly Berry! Hello, Cara, how are you? I'm good. I'm tired. I'm always tired. And I had so much sleep last night. Thanks for clearing that up for me. I'm so lost on all these dogs dropping in too much at once. I can sit and read the documents for ages, guys, and some of them just doesn't stay where it needs to stay. Sometimes I find like the combination of read and listen to somebody else reading. It goes in much better when you do a combination. I also feel Cole is kind of sus with where he lived. The fact he changed his name and all other information people have found on him. I had this Cole guy on my old phone that I can't get anything from. But again, I had his picture and I had like a couple of screenshots of contacts from his, I think it was his LinkedIn, from like when this all started. But at that time, probably because I'd heard Cole on Lindsay Lane, but I had nothing else on him. So I don't know anything about this guy. Other than I had his picture a long time ago. But I don't know why. Just one of the rabbit holes I went down, maybe. Taken and compared and came back inconclusive. Oh, hang on. I'm so confused with who did it, but I feel I know who did it. Exactly. Exactly. I mean, guys, there are certainly some things that we've learned that would, not everything's positive, right? And it's important that we look at that, because acknowledging things so that you can work out in your brain up with, what are the theories around things. But you can't dismiss information just because it doesn't suit you. I'm completely open to listening to everything and everyone. But there comes a point where you need to go, guys, no matter how much we try and make that fit or that work, it doesn't work, right? There gets the point where we need to do that. One of you people need to come up and talk to me. Young people have a habit of getting into situations which completely overwhelm them and they get completely out of their depth. Dylan was involved because she was out of her depth. Ashley Jennings and Bill T in big trouble. I mean, again, you know, there are things that they've come with that have gone, oh, makes you look towards the defense, right? But there's so much stuff that is, it looks terrible, guys. It looks terrible. I'm not disagreeing. From memory, there is somewhat of a shortish time frame missing. Do you think the footage has been manipulated other than the redaction, overlay, etc.? It's so weird, guys, because some of the stuff I've heard on Linda Lane, it doesn't make sense as party noises, right? Ooh, party. It doesn't sound like any party I've ever been to. And I do think it's manipulated a little bit, guys. I actually think there's a lot of manipulation in this whole case, right? A lot of manipulation. So here in the live, we're not guilting anyone, but really questioning the whole of the investigation and suspicious activity. Absolutely. We could talk about anything you want in the lives. The lives are for you guys. My children will always be my babies. They're 29, 26, and 26. Oh, I know, guys. My 3-year-old's already telling me I'm not his baby anymore. He's not my baby anymore. He's already, I'm a big boy. Enjoy it when they're small, guys. If they are old enough to live on their own, they are responsible for their actions. Absolutely. And not just old enough to live on their own. Like I said before, we're not talking about a couple of 14-year-olds who can absolutely defend themselves, but, are children. We're talking about adults. Oh, what's happening now. I think people have a hard time seeing pretty young women as guilty. Like Laurie Vallow got a loads of sentence and Chad. Yeah, but that was to do with the her fighting for the death penalty to be taken away, is it not? It's not necessarily because she's a pretty young woman. She went a different route and got a different outcome. That came up the shoelaces. She wears those plimsolls. Do you remember when you was like 5 in PE at school? You'd wear those like little black plimsoll things. If Linda Lane is manipulated as Banfield. Fit still. Who's fit still? Who are we talking about? Brent Kopecker has so much to do with this, in my opinion. I don't know. I know I don't like the body cam of his alleged demise, but I can't. I don't know. He's helping the frats and sororities. Who? What have I missed? Who's helping the frats and sororities? What have I missed? I think you are correct, Cara, in that so many people are involved, and that's why no one talks, because so many are tied up in this. And, you know, I don't know how many people are involved, right? I do think many people had knowledge. Because, you know, your average policeman isn't going to be able to do this on their own, right? You'd need people in the know, right? He will not talk anything about the students. Are we talking about Pavarotti, guys? Yeah, he does not believe the students had anything to do with this. He actually thinks they're babies. He thinks they're 5-year-olds. So, Tinsel, sorry to take over the chat, random chat poll. Take it over, guys. It's all about you. If you want to come up and talk, have a say. I swear I can be quiet sometimes. Who believes that I see you, Folly, is what he claims? No, guys. No. But that's just my opinion. And it's no secret, right? It's no secret. I don't think that's what it says. And that clip where it says, I see you, Farley, let me in, I see you, Farley. That's not what it even says. That's not what it even says. And one of these days I will remember to put it in a video so I can show you guys. I think I've covered it before, but I'll add it to a video soon. In fact, I've got my notepad here. I'm going to write it down. Anyone want me to cover anything? Now's the time. I've got my pads. Drop in stuff. Let me see. So, I've forgotten already. What was I going to do? Oh, yeah. I see you, Farley, Lindsay Lane. Hang on, guys. Anyone else want to talk about or wants me to cover anything? No disrespect for Cara. Roller Motors done an excellent job on the Lindsay Lane footage. You don't need to say no disrespect. I wouldn't take disrespect just because somebody else has done a good job on something. I see that as a positive thing, right? It's not my footage. I'm glad people are working with that footage. It's never, good for anyone that wants to do that. I don't see any problem at all. Yes, he has done great work. I really need to catch up with Rolo. Oh, great. Oh. I have always said I have no clue who did this, and I won't be solving it anytime soon. I am more about saying who did not do it, which is Brian. We each have our own content because we are individuals. Exactly, Annie. Just because I cover something, it doesn't mean nobody else can cover it, right? And just because somebody else is covering something, it doesn't mean we can't do that, right? There's I don't know how many people all covering the same case, right? We're all going to talk about similar things at some point. But people get so up in themselves about stuff, don't they? Like it's their information. Perfect is good in explaining documents fast and easy. A thousand, so no idea who, but definitely who didn't. Agreed, Annie, and each creator can bring things forward. Yeah, I don't know why it's such a big, I don't know why it's such a big problem with creators, to be honest. Connections to the victim's parents. I've got a hair or something. podcast with Peterson. I appreciate that about you. There is another channel who says something similar, but in a much more pessimistic way. He isn't interested in solving it nor advocating it either. Pav is a former agent working in prisons and streets. Who said that? Guys, Pav isn't a former agent working in prisons and streets. He wouldn't be able to say all this stuff. He would know not to say any of this if he really believed that and he was an agent. He wouldn't be throwing all these parents under the bus and everybody else. That's why he's not afraid of gangs. If you were in a gang, you'd be afraid if you crossed your own gang. If you're not in a gang, then you have more reasons to be afraid if you're going around causing problems for those gangs. There is no DD. EG was dropping DM home, and they didn't want that known, so they are calling him DD. There is no DoorDash. Eric Gower was dropping Dylan home. And do we know that? Do we know that's what happened? And guys, I'm literally asking the questions because I've not heard this. Like I said, I've not watched Pav or anyone. I've not watched anyone. Honestly, guys, I'm so behind on the people that I enjoy watching. So I don't know any of these theories. In my opinion, it was all over at 3. Cara, don't read this out loud. You need to put a little flag on there for me to say before, because I not wearing glasses, guys. I think if you have absolute credible information and you can prove your information 100% and that it leads to this 4 victims, then that's fine. But if your evidence leads to past contacts of the parents, then there's no connection to the kids. Because if you're saying the connections with the parents, how many people do the parents know? And this has never happened before, so this is something to do with the kids. It is 12:55 a.m. I'm gonna have to go watch Frollo. It's amazing how he cleaned up the overlays. Yeah, guys, I've not seen any of this, so I'm gonna write this down. You go watch my friend's Frollo. Because I will forget. So who's MM then? If it's not Matthew Moyer or Madison Moyer, who's the other options? Eno once said he knew all the victims and the only housemate he didn't know was Dylan. And he kept calling Ethan Zayna's boyfriend. Zayna got it first, then Ethan, Maddie, Kaylee heard it. I think Ethan was attacked first, guys. I had no idea about Jay and Bree. God. Oh, I'm getting tired. Is it correct in assuming all scrubbing was done by FBI? Okay. I have no idea because I've not seen Rolo's video. Yeah, I saw that as well. I want to know what interview. Please let me know what interview you're talking about. What have I missed here? I've jumped through. Probably when I was yawning. Guys, I've got myself lost here. I don't know what you're going on about, so. Half a bottle. Half a bottle of what? I'm lost. I took my eye off for a second and now I don't know what's going on. Okay is taking a Borg creepy. Oh, okay. It's Ian was on Frank's live today. Was he? Might have to watch that later. Add that to my list. Louise, I think he wanted more, if you know what I mean. Well, I would decline the wine and the feline. I don't like wine now. I've got 2 bottles of wine and I'm so scared to drink. I've not had a drink in years. What? Okay. They're going to get you for this, Maddie. I think there is something behind this. Kind of odd how frats lawyered up and are protected by Ellie. But also, guys, like with the frats lawyering up, no. If you were called into a police interview and, you know, do you want a lawyer? You know, half of these parents are lawyers. Of course these kids are gonna lawyer up. I don't think that proves guilt for anything. But it's not helpful, is it, with an investigation? It's not helpful if none of the kids want to talk to you. I've missed something again. If the statement idea is correct, I think they thought it was Ethan Ozano. But this is all a guess. See, I think these kids were forced to talk, right? And I think it was brutal, guys. And I just think it started with Ethan. It's just what I think. It did not ping the night of then. Ashley Jens and FBI lied. It is strange that, I mean, everybody's phone pinged apart from Brian Koberger's. But remember, guys, Brian Koberger turned his phone off, right? He turned his phone off. I've heard 3 miles and 6 miles. Hang on. The Range Rover, the money, and the rugs showed up, but in the 911 call, you can hear a girl say, "Poor Kaylee," like Kaylee had nothing to do with any of it. I heard "Poor Kelly," but my first impression of that was that, I mean, they were finding Zayna, right? It sounds like somebody found Kaylee. And, yeah, we just don't know, do we? We don't know anything. I've heard 3 miles and 6 miles, but who knows if it's right either. I don't know what that's. Jesus. Oh my God, guys, my chat keeps jumping all over the place. Oh my God. Inky's gone up and then back down. Right. Hang on, guys. I'm going to jump right back to the end and we'll just... Holy crap, it's driving me crazy. Stop. Guys, the chat keeps jumping everywhere. Oh, who's got hay fever? That was ages ago. And now I can't see it. Oh my God. Guys, I can't see the chat. It keeps jumping. Hang on, I think we're nearly there. Oh my God. Okay. When that 911 call happened, I think the cops had already been all through that house. I never believed they were reporting delay. Yeah, the timing's strange, guys. Carla! Oh, I'm behind on everyone's comments now. Rollo! Talk about Rollo and he turns up. Actually, the CSLI phone data Payne obtained from FBI said Brian wasn't in the area during the time of the homicide. To show that the phone had to be on, don't you think? Who knows, Rollo? I hate even having an opinion on half this stuff now because I'll totally follow what I'm being told and then find out a week later it's nothing like that. And I have no idea what I'm talking about. That happens a lot. The top and night vision goggles that were purchased by the perp, is it the guy Cole who is in the military as a chef? Talk to me, Rollo. Come and talk to me. It was Payne who, as Jen has stated, has a difference of opinion. An unqualified opinion, if you ask me. Apologies for interfering, but if it was my child, I'd be screaming on every network demanding a proper investigation. I would become the biggest pain in the rear end. Well, exactly, Thomas. Yeah. If guys, if you were the parents, if this happened to one of your children, I don't even know if I could leave the police to deal with it, to be honest. Just saying. Thomas, same here. It makes no sense that not a single parent is demanding all DNA being tested. Well, they must have tested so much DNA because they've identified other people's DNA. They have a few from more than one person, and all communications, including job, assigned phones, emails, etc. The whole tower, communications, and web commissions also. Speculation on why BK was targeted as a lone perp. Maybe because Brian Koberger was an outsider. Or Brian Koberger knew too much. I mean, the list goes on, right? Oh, Abby. Thank you for being here. Cat caught your tongue. I know. I can't lie, Rolo. I tell people all the time. People don't believe me, but I cannot lie. It's so obvious. The phone's GPS should be the answer, but it's like they don't talk about it. They don't talk about a lot of things. Where is Get a Clue? It's letting me down. Take a break if you need one. I need more than one. I need more than one break. Oh, Corey, you're tired, but still so funny. I'm always funny, guys. I'm the funniest person you'll ever meet. Oh, I will do more lives. But, guys, reality also needs to be faced. I love living in my little fairy tale lands. You know, but you know, I likely am gonna need to go and get myself a couple of jobs. Because, you know, I need to work and this isn't it for work. So I'm I still do videos, guys, and I might come on and annoy everyone, do the odd live. Like, I'll keep this channel, and I'll still cover this case. Like, I'm completely, invested in this, guys. Reality is, something that needs to be looked at too for me, and that is I need to be able to support my kids, and that always comes first. So I'm going to continue doing this for a few weeks, see what happens, and keep doing me. And if if things stay the same, then I know what I have to do, right? But I'll still be annoying you all. Don't worry. She's asking nice, Frodo. I'm always nice. Everyone thinks I'm a horrible person. I'm so horrible, guys, to everybody. MPD has lied in everything except that FBI data showed he wasn't in the area, but Payne gives him personal assumptions, fabricated evidence. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Hey, what about that sheaf, Rolo? That's the best thing I've seen. Tinsel, I have a theory that BK was looking into corruption, maybe on his own, and turned onto a target. Oh, God. Maybe why they stopped saying targeted attack. Oh, she's my girl, Cara. Hey, Squire. Rolo! Long distance. Oh, I'm so glad Rolo's here. I'm old, not just my daughter, my grandkids. I'm coming for you. I'm old. I've got a granddaughter. She's so beautiful. I always see her on a Saturday, and I didn't see her today because she's not feeling too good. So hopefully I get to see her Tuesday. Cara, how about the plumber and the discount? I've not even had anyone round, cheeky bastards. This guy telling me, you need to do this, you need to do this. I did everything he told me to do. And then waited days, no phone call from anybody to come and arrange for the meter to be changed. And then I get this letter, 2 letters from them on top of each other. Urgent, urgent. You must phone and arrange your appointment because, you're going to miss out. So I phoned the guy. He had absolutely no idea what I was talking about. I was like, I've just got letters saying it's urgent that I phone you. He's like, it's going to be ages. We've got we've got no engineers in the area right now. So yeah, it was a lot of drama over nothing, to be fair. Easy's parents know, their kids know. I think they got money and scholarships to be quiet, and they have other children to worry about. It's difficult because I think they're definitely using this to their advantage, right? And helping other kids. But 100%, their kids were there. Their kids were there. How can they not know? And, Ethan's mum has been in interviews saying, we've heard rumours, about, well, was it the rumour of the 7-minute crime for Brian Koberger? Because that's the only rumour we've all been told about, right? But Ethan's family know different rumours about what happened. They keep saying unknown male DNA, but they haven't put it to Ophram like the sheath, is my point. And guys, while we're talking about the sheath, and now we know that these samples weren't just like transfer DNA samples, they were much stronger samples, right? Now, I'm not going to pretend to know about all this stuff because I know as much as any other person with no training, right? But if they had much stronger samples than first thought, and apparently it's because it was such a degraded sample that this sample on the sheath had to go to Ophram. It had to go to Ophram because it was just a speck of dust, right? And they had to make an SMP profile because they needed to make a family tree because they'd done all other exhaustive measures, and this was the last resort, right? SMP profile in Ophram or FBI or wherever. Now we know the sample was much stronger, and does anyone know why they needed to create an SMP to build a family tree if they actually had a decent sample of Brian Koberger's DNA? Does anyone know that? Does anyone know why we needed an SMP profile when they had a much stronger STR profile than they said? I was under the impression we had to have an SMP profile made because, they'd done all this massive investigation, they'd exhausted everything, and that was the last resort. Build a family tree. That isn't the case, guys, is it? That is not the case at all. They had a much stronger sample. So what was SMP? Why did they need to do the SMP, guys? Do we know? Cara in Wonderland. That's true. Maintenance man gave you a job for them discounts. Rolo, I never saw no maintenance man. I had the old man. I had an old man come round. Well, not old, 10 years older than me. And trying to charm me. It wasn't the maintenance. It wasn't the young dude doing the maintenance. It was the old man with, what's it called? Tableau. Ah, Thomas, you are wonderful. You give me so much support, and I appreciate you so much. You have a fantastic voice and expressions. Maybe you could check into recording for people who need audiobooks. Yeah, I could do audiobooks, guys. I've got a face for the radio. I can accept it. 2:15. Okay, that's Rolo parking lot pepper time at the clubs. Where are you, Rolo? Do I want to know? You called me part of the retardis or something when I originally commented. No. What? Me? Never. I've probably called a lot of people a lot of things. I don't mean it, guys. I'm such a sweet, innocent little angel. Okay, and I keep forgetting to read. Is that why there hasn't been a final cast report? I have no idea. I don't know, guys. I'm getting a bit lost. I'm getting lost in it all because you've got people one side of the argument saying that this means this, and then you've got people this side saying no, it means this, right? And I'm just sitting here going, I don't care. I mean, obviously I care, but what can you do about this? Closed hearing, unsealed documents. Ray Nolan caught lying. It was never tested for DNA, only fingerprints. But does that mean Brian Koberger's fingerprints are on it then? Hello, Gogo 2022. Cara, I think you're right to stick with it for a little bit. This case is about to blow up even more. I think your channel will be growing, my prediction. Yeah. See, the problem I have with it is I never wanted to make money from this case, and I struggle with that, guys. And so I kind of hold myself back, I think, because I'd love this to be like my job. But at the same time, I can't put, I have to put other things first. And, at the moment, guys, it's not been that long since I've been on my own, single, right? And it took like 6 weeks to sort out, like money and stuff. And, if you're getting government help here in the UK, even though I'm classed as disabled, and even though I have to be the one that takes my son to nursery, and I have to be the one that picks him up 3 hours later, like nobody else can do it, guys. My son does not do very well if other people take him or pick him up. Like, it's not good for him. It has to be me that does it. And I have to be at home with him on a Wednesday. So it's just making everything, it's making it difficult to get a job because it's 3 hours a day. And I've got no transport. And I'm relying on buses or walking in the winter pretty much. And the problem is, if I don't get a job, I can't get a car and all the other stuff I need, right? To be able to do all this stuff. But if I don't get a job and this isn't paying me, right? That's the problem. This doesn't pay me any money. I've not received 1 penny since I started this. And the government are just looking at me like, yeah, this is not really a job, is it? It's not really a job. So when I speak to my work coach and I'm going, yeah, maybe I just need a couple of more weeks, maybe I just need to carry on with this for a couple of more weeks. And yeah, that's not going to last long, guys. That will not last long. Oh, Holly. Oh my God. That's so sweet of you. Thank you so much, Holly. See, this is me as well, guys. I thank you so, so much. And, thank you. I don't know what else to say. Thank you so much. She's so sweet. Same documents, PG-16, paying clearly states FBI never led him to believe Briar's. Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. Briar's DNA was on the sheath. They only gave his name as a person of interest, supposedly someone to look into. Yes, Rolo, absolutely. You are lovely. You guys are gonna make me cry. Don't make me cry. I might not stop. Judge should just throw it all out. Pay him nothing was done correctly or with any confidence. In fact, they should be charged with being paid for a job they can't do. It's so difficult, guys, to know what is the right thing. Like, what has happened here? What started it? Who started it? What is the deal? Oh, my eye's getting more lazy than it normally is. I often wonder if trafficking has anything to do with this case. What do you guys think? It's hard to speak about, right? Because what do we know, right? I have a feeling that it is, but like, I wonder if the kids in the 1122 King Road house had control of their passports. I've always wondered that because, Kaylee was packing all her belongings up. She was packing her stuff from her house, and then she was going to the King Road house to pack more stuff. And we know that she was wanting to go off traveling in a few weeks, right? So she would have, you know, needed her passport for traveling, right? And is that what any of this stuff is to do with? Because that timing works out good, doesn't it? Kaylee was just, just coming back to get a few things, right? She was coming back to get a few things and off traveling around Europe. And the UK is part of that. She could have been going to the UK. But, could that have been a problem? I don't know, guys. Yes, they can only provide a draft report, not a final, because Balance would have to perjure himself. Yes, Cara, we love you. You do have a gift, and we want to watch your channel grow and keep. Listen, even if I have to step away from this, guys, I'm not looking at that in a negative way, right? It is what it is. I can't, we just have to go with the flow, right? I actually believe things happen because they're meant to happen, and including myself, right? It's how we deal with things, guys. Amazing. Holly, you are amazing. Trafficking what? Well, there's a long list of things you could traffic. Drugs or people or services. Wait till you see my new drop. You'll have a whole new mindset after. Rolo, is this a video you've put out today? Let me know, because I've got you on my list of things I need to do. So if it's today, that'll make it easier. I'll watch it when I go to bed. Little ones, the only reason I say that is because I was doing extensive research and was led to the cave. Shows a person wearing a balaclava and some interested at 3:50, 3:51 when DM new contact. I'm gonna have to go and I'm gonna have to go and watch that, Rolo. So Brian was investigating Pizzagate. Oh, see? Rolo. I will be coming off here in a minute, guys. And Rolo, I promise I will watch your video. And I'll leave you a little comment just to prove. They never had the DNA to the trash pile. Just out today. Okay. I will watch you, Rolo. Now, I do watch you and I don't leave comments. That's why I'm saying today I will leave a comment so you know. Now, I understand the frustration. Um, it's difficult, guys, when a lot of documents drop and then you don't always have the other person's answer to things, reply, right? So I guess there's stuff we just need to wait. What am I doing to my hair? Jesus. I don't think they had any DNA. I think there was nothing on the sheath. I'm not saying he was investigating Pizzagate. And isn't that the truth, Catherine? You'd be surprised to know what's happening beneath our noses. Whose eyes are you talking about, Rolo? Those eyes are hypnotizing. Lol. You taking a piss? Thomas says, yes. I think they started pulling me over in August for a paper trail. Face for the radio, voice for the deaf. That's true. That's brilliant. I've always had a face for the radio. Voice for the deaf. It's good. JB called me a snack cake. I named him Swish Roll. Oh my god. He calls everybody snack cake. Oh my gosh, you have a beautiful face as well as voice. I listen to so many audiobooks. Some peeps have boring voices. You have extremely theoretical vocal expressions. I've never been described in such an elegant way in my whole life. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. I laugh at myself, guys, you know? Why not? I told him I'd be his nutty boy. What were you calling? Jeff, not TARDIS, not Paul. Oh, J. See, I need to read that now. You're making me say the name. What were you calling J Vector for a while? Not TARDIS, not Borg. jvector.org. Do you know what that means, guys? Catherine, I agree with you. Something isn't right with the town and those authority that we know for sure. Yeah. I think the fact that, you know, everybody relies on everybody. It's like a triangle. And you've got the college, you've got the town stroke city, right? And then you've got everything that, the apartments, shops, any immunities. All that stuff has to work together. If you break the triangle, if you remove one part of the triangle, the whole thing collapses, right? And that's the problem with this case, guys. Nobody wants to be, if we expose this is going to go down the shithole, right? If we expose this is going to go down the shithole. The town's going to collapse. The town stroke city is going to collapse. Everything relies on each other. It all works together. If you break one of those things, it's all going to come tumbling down. And that needs to be, for that city to survive, somebody needs to do a lot of cleanup work. And that probably takes a lot of time. And it probably makes this case a lot more complicated than it needs to be, right? And yeah, nobody thought about any of that before. It's a shame, but Rolo. I'm going to miss out the first little bit. Is the Milli Vanilli of the true crime world. The Willy Vanilli. Milli Vanilli. Yes, I'd say many of the young ladies have management and are making a lot of money just from advertising online. Tinsel, give me a message and let me know who their management is. I want to make a lot of money online. Brian probably doesn't have fingerprints anymore, washes his hands too often. Don't say his name in front of the mirror 3 times. I won't. Don't worry. I think it's more frat, Ellie. The college is behind a cover-up. College is their moneymaker. Tour. That house down quick. Ellie was all over the place. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying about, they didn't want to say that this problem, came from the college, because if the college goes down, the town goes down. They don't want to say this problem came from, I don't know, guys, but they don't want to blame one particular entity because that entity could take down the whole place. It's all linked. Everything's linked. Except for Brian Koberger. Brian Koberger is not linked. Oh, Thomas, you deserve some compensation for all the work you do. I don't need compensation. I don't. To be honest, guys, I never ever, from the start of this, wanted to make money anywhere near this case. It just became, I thought I'd try because my life changed, and you have to try, right? But at the same time, I'll still be here, even if this isn't my job, right? I'll still be here making videos. Ashley Banfield hates me, guys. Hurry back, Rolo. I'm missing you already. Oh, I'm like 20 minutes behind with the chat again. It keeps jumping. I'm sorry things didn't work out with your son's dad. It's not easy being a single mom. It's good to have support. It is good to have support. Although I'm a little bit of a lone wolf, guys. Not gonna lie. And yeah, I'm definitely stronger than I used to be. So that's a good thing. I think you could probably make, sorry, I'm doing it again. I always wonder if people make a lot of money doing YouTube. Absolutely, guys. Absolutely. I think true crime is possibly one of the better paying genres on YouTube. It's one of the higher paying genres on YouTube. The problem is you need people to watch your videos. Because with the AdSense, you get paid like, I don't know, £13 for every 1,000 views. So if you look at my videos and I'm putting a video out every day, and if I get 500 views, I'm earning £6 a day, guys. That's not, and then YouTube takes, I think I've got £73 earned for March's money, and like with all the deductions and the money they take and everything else. And it's been, I don't know how many weeks I've been doing this monetized yet. The first couple of weeks didn't really, everything took so long to get it all going. But you just need the views, right? That's it. That's what you need, views. And nobody likes me, so I don't get any views. And I'm not willing to change. So, am I shooting myself in the foot? Because I won't lie about things. Am I shooting myself in the foot? Because, yeah, I don't want to lie, then I'm shooting myself in the foot. That's the way it is. Do you have Cash App in the UK? You should get that as well. I used to have Cash App, guys, but they don't do it in the UK anymore. What is up with my hair? Put your Cash App up. They don't have Cash App in the UK anymore, guys. But I'm happy just today. It's just finding balance, right? Because if I'm putting all my time into YouTube videos, I don't have time to look for work, do everything else I need to do. And when it's not paying me any money, I need to look and go, this isn't a job. This is, um, you know, just something I'm doing in my spare time. So if this isn't my job, I need to get my ass out there and find a job. And I can't do that while I'm spending all my time on YouTube. So, but I'm willing to give it a few more weeks. I'm not going to stop before the end, right? I just know when the end is. That's what I'm saying. And I don't want to say anything, guys, because it's nobody else's responsibility, right? And I'm reading stuff and I'm not putting them up. I think it's possible that owners of the house was sleazy. It's extremely possible, isn't it? Can't get Cash App in the UK anymore, guys. They don't do it anymore. Grub Truck Long Hair said, "We are going to show us you're working against us." Maybe they knew Kaylee was investigating trafficking, or maybe. Sorry, guys, I'm mumbling, forgetting I'm even on camera. Grubchuck Longhaired said, "We are going to show us you are working against us." Maybe they knew Kaylee was investigating trafficking, and might be snitching on peeps like an informant for substances too. It would make more sense. It would make more sense, everything we know, that if there was an informant, it was probably Kaylee. We don't know, right? We don't know if there was informants. We don't know anything. But likely is Kaylee if that's the case. Oh, Louise, thank you so much. Oh, guys. I appreciate you all so much. And Sarah, oh, I'm so behind, guys. I'm just going through this now. Thank you so much. I see, this is why I didn't want to speak about all this, because I don't want people to start, feeling like, poor little Cara. But say I appreciate you so much, but I never ever want to come across that way where, anyone thinks they need to give me things. I'm not like that, guys. Yeah, it must be difficult for people in Moscow right now. It must be difficult because not everybody is involved, and yet, if they find out this is absolutely to do with the college, that college, if that's found out, that college sinks, the whole town sinks, guys. Right? What have I missed? Those pen clicks really set her voice off nicely too. Guys, I've got my pen. This it's jumped again, guys. Hold on. I've got to. What have I missed? I've seen it happen. Someone said his name, seconds later he shows up. Who are you talking about? I want to make a lot of money too. Yeah, Catherine. I mean, I'd like to make any money. Not a lot of money. Yeah, YouTube, £6 a day, guys. But you have to earn a certain amount before they'll even entertain paying anything. And then they take what they take from that. So yeah, I've got £70 sitting in YouTube somewhere. And I was meant to get a code, which was going to take 3 weeks. And you have to activate your account with this code. Otherwise, you can't get paid. And yeah, still not even got a code, so I can't even take my £70. £70 for a month's worth of videos. But yeah, I'd love to make a lot of money. I'd like to make any money. I'd rather have the Candyman. How many more of these dodgy off-campus houses do they have in just that town alone? I don't know, Tinsel, but it's a city. College is covered up, therefore it must be frats, in my opinion. Yeah, well, it does seem strange that the college would cover for any student, right? Just to save face. Don't know if true crime and OnlyFans are a great mix, gotta be honest. Well, Tinsel, you never know things unless you try, isn't it? We trailblazers. Yes, and Green wants the University of Phoenix deal to go through. He's funneled $7.4 million already to his old law firm for consulting services. Oh, God. Ugh. AdSense doesn't mean much unless it's viral. You need Cash App. Yeah, but we don't have Cash App in the UK, guys. And contrary to what people go around telling you, I do live in the UK. Honestly. I live in the UK, and there is no UK Cash App anymore. So there's no way to have Cash App, and yeah, the UK shit, guys. We don't have any of the good stuff, like guns and, Forgive my ignorance. You're not ignorant, Thomas. But does it matter what subject you discuss on your channel? There is one political channel that has 1.9 million. Yeah, but they probably know what they're talking about. I'm just an idiot sitting on YouTube. I'm just an idiot, guys. Everyone's got to donate crypto-only solution. I do have PayPal, but I don't know any of the details of it because I never use it. So I'd need to figure that out. Probably like change everything because I won't remember any of the passwords or anything. Thomas, as long as you can abide by their ever-changing rules, you can have a channel about whatever you like. I bet Cara loves politics. Eh. Politics frustrates me, guys. Not gonna lie. And, it's so easy to stress regarding issues, right? And I'm trying to stay away from stress because no matter what you think, no matter how you feel, it does not change anything with politics. So, my brain doesn't do that. I was thinking there must be something else. I swear, guys, I might start a channel and just read people bedtime stories. Yeah, I could just go in my son's room. He's got a whole bookcase of bedtime stories. Someone will love that. Oh my goodness, love your laugh. Not many people love my laugh, so I'm glad you love my laugh. In fact, a lot of people normally tell me to shut up. This is one of the reasons Green wants the University of Phoenix online education is an expanding market. Yeah, it is, guys. It's I was looking recently at online universities, and yeah, it's a big market, huge market. in fact. I mean, you can literally sit in your house from anywhere around the world and learn at any college you want. I mean, it's amazing, right? No, don't say that. You're extremely intelligent, Miss Cora. Well, I don't think many people agree with you, Thomas. I honestly never use PayPal. Guys, I don't. Honest to God, I am such a simple human. I want for nothing. I don't go by myself. You'll see me in this jumper in another 2 years' time. Like, I'm not that kind of person. Money isn't everything to me. But I do need to support my children. But all the rest of it, I don't go to the hairdressers. I don't do any of that stuff, guys. I look after myself. In fact, I could probably tell you 10 years ago, probably the last time I went to the hairdressers, guys. That's what I need to do, Louise. You pen clicks would make great ASMR. I find this so relaxing. See, we got something going here, guys. Something I'm good at. Reading kiddies' stories. I could do that easy. Just as a little side hustle, right? No, Cara. ASMR sounds like an ASMR channel with car sounds. Oh, I'm whispering again, guys. I'm so sorry. No, Cara. No car ASMR sounds like an ASMR channel with car sounds. Get a Clue might like it. I don't think Get a Clue would like it. Your laugh comes straight from the heart. Absolutely, Thomas. I'm as real gets. I have nothing but love for everybody. That is who I am, guys. With RA to politics and opinions in the UK, if you say something someone doesn't like, can you be pulled into court or prison? I was following Britain First for a while, Tommy Robinson. I mean, we don't have amendments like you guys, right? We're much more governed, ruled, but you still have a right to say things, right? You can't just say something and then they're like, oh, we don't like that. Into prison you go. If you're going to prison, you've done something, right? Well, allegedly, right? But if you're talking about Tommy Robinson, he probably definitely upset someone. I don't know what's going on with me. I think someone's drugging my coffee or something. I have insomnia and true crime keeps me up all night. Do you know what I started doing, guys? Which is maybe what helps a little bit. I watch something else at bedtime. I just fall asleep. I went to bed really early last night, before 9 o'clock, and I was cozy, thinking, oh, I'll start that video. Start the video that I did this morning. No, I was out like a light. I don't even know what time I went to sleep, but I didn't get up till 6 this morning. And I was in bed well before 9 o'clock last night. So I definitely had at least 8 hours sleep. But it's already 3:20 in the morning here. And I might get like 4 hours sleep before my son comes home. So swings and roundabouts. I am an idiot with my laugh, guys. But I can't change it. On our radio stations, they claim people in the UK are getting arrested for making social media posts that are offensive to others. It did happen. It did happen a little while ago. And yeah, it was a massive issue. It's not lies, that did happen. But some of the stuff I've put on my social media, if that was true, I'd have been arrested a few times by now. True crime to fall asleep to isn't helpful, it's true. Try focusing on breathing when you close your eyes. That is true, guys, because, well, I had so much other stuff going on, so it's maybe I can't really say, but it definitely helps if I watch something, not, if I want to think about things or free my mind of something and, just want to kind of meditate, I'll watch something that takes no concentration at all. And it's definitely helping. And, I have to walk every day now, whereas before I couldn't walk. I couldn't walk at all, hardly at all, without being, struggling. So that's probably helping me to sleep, using energy that, was just stored up energy before. I don't fidget as much as I used to, but I do still fidget, guys. There's lots of things I need to work on. I listened to Bigfoot Terror in the Woods podcast by Stephen Sheehan to fall asleep. That's me, Tinsel. I do drink too much tea and coffee, but lately I'm trying to drink more. Trying to drink more fluids, like water. And I've nearly drunk my whole pint of water here. Guys, I might call it a day. So, because it's going to take me a minute to chill. And then I've got to fall asleep watching Rolo. But don't worry, Rolo. If I do fall asleep, I will watch you in the morning. I'll be like the granny I am, and I'll sit and drink my cup of tea in bed in the morning. Oh, I'm always like, or playing with my hair. Take your pick, guys. Anything's good. Oh, thank you, guys. You're so lovely. I appreciate all of you so much, and thank you for donations. And yeah, just thank you for being here, guys. I don't want anything from anybody. I appreciate people taking the time to come and say hi and ask questions or give me information that I don't know, because time is definitely more stretched now. But you guys are so amazing, and yeah, we're gonna keep going, guys. We're gonna keep going, and you know, if I have to, you know, get a couple of jobs outside, I still will make time to do videos because it's important to me. This case is important to me, and yeah, it's always going to be important to me. That's not going to change. What's Thomas singing? What's happened? Thomas, what are you? I don't know. What am I? Oh, here. Do they still show Benny Hill Returns in the UK? Do you remember Thomas? He would be running around in like some massive underpants, and he'd have like the three skinny booby girls running around. Yeah, I don't watch telly, guys, so I don't know. I don't watch TV. I haven't watched TV in years. Benny Hill was a great show, so politically incorrect. This is what we grew up on. He just went around like assaulting people, didn't he? On TV for everyone to see. Oh, 40 Towers. Oh my God. Yes. Oh, it didn't go up. 40 Towers. Basil. I'm giving away my age. Aren't we all, Thomas? Absolute best. Yeah. Yeah, people could just say what they wanted, guys. No one got upset. Everyone knew that comedy was comedy, right? You're allowed to laugh at things that you find funny. No one, there was no like gauge of funniness back then, was there? If you found something funny, you could just laugh. And, no one cried about it. It was so stupid. It was stupid. But if you think about the times it was made, life was pretty stupid. Oh, what's happened? The weird thing is, Benny Hill probably wasn't a creep by comparison to other TV personalities. Absolutely. And I mean, we could just write the long list now, right? Now the police knock on your door. What would you do if the door knocked right now? I wouldn't answer it. I'd just turn all the lights off. It's bedtime. Sorry, guys. Busy sleeping. I don't really have a relationship with police. Like, I've had good interactions, and I've had terrible, terrible interactions with police. Depends who it is, I suppose. Only takes one bad apple to spoil the cider, guys. Right, I said I was going ages ago, and I'm definitely going now. I have no idea how many people are here. I have no idea how many people have been here, but thank you all so much. I appreciate you so much, guys. And for the donations, thank you. Oh, you're so kind, guys. And yeah, I'll start a video tomorrow. And yeah, I see you, Folly. And watch Rolo is on my list. So if you don't see me tonight, Rolo, you'll see me in the morning. UK morning. And yeah, thanks for being here, guys. I had Sci-Ray documents and all sorts ready to pull up tonight. I was actually firing on a cylinder today, and we still never got there, but who cares? Right. Have a nice evening, guys, or have a nice night, whatever time zone you're in, and I'll speak to you all soon. Take care, guys.